Alright folks, hello and welcome back to Downstage Gaming. I am your host Josh, and this is part 24 of our Let's Play of Paradise Killer. When we last left off, we had done a little... We did basically circle the island. We started at Outside Witness's apartment, and then sort of continued around. And we just had a little hangout session with everyone. We, accused Yuri of some things, but outside of that, it was really just improving our relationships. Because we do know that there are some benefits to doing that now. We know that there's some pieces of evidence that I can only get that way. And we will be going around hanging out with everyone again soon. But first, I have a mission I want to give myself. And that's to give myself sort of one more chance to figure out what the deal is with this area I haven't been to yet. Because knowing sort of where I'm at right now in terms of what I found and what's left to find, I'm doubtful that, like, it's something that I just haven't gotten yet because of, like, a relationship thing or something, right? Like, I think I must have just missed something. So there's a locked door in the Opulent Ziggurat, and then there's an area that I can sort of see from the top but couldn't quite get in. So I'm going to explore both of those areas one more time, just a little more thoroughly, and make sure there isn't anything that I've missed. Because there's got to be stuff in there that's important, and there's got to be a way in there, you know? So we'll start by heading inside here, and then I'll go back around top, if I don't find anything inside, and we'll see if there isn't a way to get in there. Because the thing that I thought about here was, like, I said it the very first time I was here, that this whole thing looks like a puzzle, right? And I can get around with my air dashes now, so maybe there's something I can do there. But, like, the locked door is over there. Let me get nice and high, so we can get a vantage point. Well, is this... Nope, okay. Alright, so, I think I figured out... these controls seem to move the walkways across the pools. I wonder if I can find the right combination to let me cross. Okay. So even though I can get across with my special things, I wonder if I need to do this just to, No, that one needs to stay the way it was. I'm wondering if I get this corrected, the door just automatically unlocks. Okay, so that flips, like, everything. That flips those two. That flips those ones. Oh, we're very close. Let's flip all of them again. Again. That one and that one. Okay. That's just those ones. Oh, wait, is that it? That's it! Yes! There, I can walk across now. Okay, alright, so, now... let's jump in the blood pool. Get our feet nice and bloody. So we can leave a nice trail for everyone to follow. Did this unlock the door? Yes! Alright! Well, that was lucky. Okay, well. Is there anything in this room? Now that we can find things again? Some things up there. Shinji! It's been so long, my friend. Blood crystal, got a nightmare computer. Man, oh man. Alright, well, let's talk to Shinji first. Syndicate Graveyard. Have we been in a graveyard before? Or am I making that up? Maybe it's the Citizen Graveyard that we were in before. It's a real shame about the murder, isn't it? Hard to have a good time when everyone's so worked up. I'm trying though, I really am. I'm off to hunt crows. Really sounds like you're helping out a lot, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Alright, door up there. 2 nightmare computers here. Okay, well, let's start with this one. We should still have everything we need for any of these. This is the grave of Eyes Kiwami. Okay. He was old school syndicate and one of the council members. The grave plaque says he died 25 years ago. There's an inscription. Heartbreakers, lifesavers, and brothers under the cosmos. Okay. I don't know if I can see that much. Who knows what awaits me, Okay, we need the legs that look like that. And then on the right side, we've got this guy, and that guy, and then his arms that are, like, outstretched for handshake. Here we go. Okay. This is pyramids, and this is big pyramid. Back to worship. We got crazy looking baby with weird legs, outstretched arms, and then there. Okay, and then back to pyramids. This is small pyramids and a star. There we go. Alright, what else you got for me on Eyes Kiwami? Eyes Kiwami's blood vial. This island is built on blood. Blood connects all secrets. What about Henry's blood?
Don't test me.
Damn.
Got it.
A match.
Ooh, the
Eyes was
investigator's
Henry's
here.
father. That's exciting. I'm pretty sure I thought that earlier, didn't I? Or was I wrong in thinking about someone else? A council member had a relationship with a citizen, and now we have Henry. That gives Henry the council blood he'd need to break the bloodlock on the Third Holy Seal. Okay. Sample blood taken from the grave of Eyes Kiwami. Still good. I mean, it's still very much sure that Henry is not the real culprit here, but could very much. I mean, obviously was used by the real culprit, but maybe even to a greater extent than I had originally considered. And who is this here? Okay, we don't even get to find out who this is yet. Well, we got a skull, and we got tiny curved horns. We've got a star on the left, and a little, whoop, nope. How do I, there. And a moon on the right. There we go. Back to goat. There we go. Blood vial of Grace bloodlines. Ah. Blood vials are sealed in a coffin so they can't be used illicitly after death. Why is one last kiss directing me to Grace bloodlines blood vial? This is the grave of Grace bloodlines, Henry's murder victim from when he was arrested. Right, this is his mom, right? Starlight can verify that this is her blood vial. Haunted, complex, crescent, drifting sands, satellite. That's her unique blood code. This is Grace bloodline's blood vial. Why does One Last Kiss want me to find this? Ah!
Are you happy with your tools?
Do you understand, investigator? Starlight confirms this is Grace bloodline's blood vial. Haunted, complex, crescent, drifting sand, satellite. That's the blood code from the vial, correct?
Sure.
You could only know that code if you were Grace bloodlines, our chief exorcist. You were murdered by Henry when he was arrested.
Do you understand?
So we found Mom and Dad.
investigator?
Though those are the facts, but are they the truth?
Dreadful.
What keeps someone from moving on? An obligation? A purpose? An unending rage?
That's weird.
Your murder was set up. Or was it the wrong place at the wrong time? Who can say? The truth is all around you, investigator. You should read this. What is it? The official report of the murder of Grace bloodlines. What about the Holy Seals? I'd been waiting for that question. Do you know something about them? Another time, investigator.
Paradise feels
Wait,
wrong.
I'm not done with you. Investigator, aren't you happy about last
I
night?
don't like
Hard to be
this.
happy about a mass murder. That depends on your perspective. You have benefited directly from this mass murder. No more exile for the great investigator.
There is corruption on this island, investigator.
Demonic taint is the least of our worries when the syndicate is rotten. The council deserved nothing less.
Sure.
Sounds like you have a motive.
Aren't you paying attention?
The syndicate
investigator?
is built on dead bodies. Egos and ambition can only be sustained by death.
Aren't you paying attention?
I am a casualty
investigator?
on the path, left to bleed out for someone's benefit. Can you imagine what benefit that would be, investigator? The council deserved to die, sliced to ribbons. Huh. Tell me about this corruption. The syndicate is full of plotters and conspirators. So many of them have their little games. Last night someone played the winning hand. Do you know who did it? Yes and no. I have some answers, but not all. Where were you at the time of the murder? I have no alibi, investigator. You're the only person on the island that knows I exist.
Don't test me.
And did you murder the council? Of course not, investigator. They deserve to die, but they deserve to be murdered by someone else. I have a vested interest in the whole system coming down, not just the top players. If I may offer some advice, the syndicate are all backstabbers. If you believe there is a conspiracy, break one of the suspects at trial. They'll crumble and will turn on each other. I look forward to our next conversation, investigator. I do hope you have more interesting questions. An unknown player in this madness. Who is she, and what does she want? She disappeared. She's a spirit lingering in this world, driven by rage and revenge. Perfect.
The investigator is here.
There's more to her death than the official story. If she was murdered as part of some kind of plot, that gives her real motive for killing the council. Let's look at the report of her murder. Henry became possessed, and the arresting officer was Akiko. Akiko requested the presence of Grace Bloodlines, the syndicate's
I
exorcist.
have a bad feeling.
During the
about this.
exorcism, Akiko left the room, and Henry took the opportunity to kill Grace by strangulation. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong about her being his mom for some reason. Yeah, because we already know that the mom must be a citizen. I think I might be confusing that with another detail about him killing his mom during the original demon possession. His demonic strength allowed him to break through his restraints and quickly kill her. He apparently carved the same symbol scorched into his skin into Grace's
I
body.
have a bad feeling.
Before
about
his
this.
arrest, Henry murdered his own mother, read the division. There we go. Okay.
I have a bad
He strangled her
feeling
and
about
scorched her
this.
body with demonic sigils.
Sure.
Doomjazz examined the bodies and confirmed it. Henry was subdued, arrested, and pronounced guilty without a trial. One Last Kiss seems to think this isn't so straightforward. I need to speak to Akiko about the lapse in procedure and Henry to see if he remembers anything, which is unlikely. Maybe Doomjazz can help since he examined the victims. Alright. Well, I'm hearing something there. Is it behind here? Yep. Just a little blood crystal for me. And I believe with that, we've pretty much gotten everything now in here. Let's head out this way. Boom. Oh, hey! So can I just come talk to you whenever I want now? Apparently, alright. Well, we probably got quite a bit to say to you then, huh? Man. Okay, alright. Jeez. Yep. Alright, well, let's just get right to it then, I guess. Do you think this was all Henry?
Who would benefit from a
Aren't
crime
you
like
paying
this?
attention, investigator? Of course I don't. I've seen people doing things. Loyal servants turn to conspirators. Someone found out how to breach the council building. I was there. I saw them. A devilish plan. Who? That would be far too easy. Who do you think has motive? Very direct, investigator.
That's it.
It's been a long millennia. I'm a little cranky.
Those are facts. but
What
are
if
they
there
the
were
truth?
no more islands to end? Someone wouldn't have a job to do.
That's
Witness?
strange.
And who would benefit from a crime like this? Who would suddenly be called upon to protect against danger?
Don't test
Akiko.
me. Mystery awaits.
Time to start asking questions, investigator. What do you know about Akiko? When you have a hammer, all you see are nails. She's been trying to roll more power into her marshals.
That's strange.
Power. Akiko wants non-military roles to be taken by her troops. I was on her list. She saw dealing with demons only as a military problem.
Aren't you paying attention,
Exorcism shouldn't be done by soldiers. They're not trained for it. Akiko disagreed. So why kill the council? Scare the next council into militarizing. Create a soldier's paradise.
The truth is all
Do you
around
think that's enough of a
investigator.
motive? Did you see Henry while you were floating round the island last night? Did I? Didn't I? I don't want to say.
Do
Why?
you understand?
That's the key
investigator?
to this whole thing. You need to investigate it yourself. What can you tell me about the sigils scorched into Henry's skin? Demons speak in arcane tongues. During a possession, the demon is screaming in rage. The victim screams in the tongue of the demon, but the noises humans are capable of making are too limited.
Laughable.
We cannot pronounce demonic languages. We don't have the vocal range or understanding. Sometimes the demon's psychic force wills the words into existence. This can take a number of forms: telepathy, unearthly sounds, loss of vision, and so on. In Henry's case, the white-hot rage of the demon caused the sigils to be scorched on his body. His body was burned from the inside. His insides are probably destroyed. His physical form is being held together by the demon. Do these sigils affect anyone else? Those he comes in contact with will also have them scorched into them.
The investigator is
What
here.
kind of contact? A strong embrace. The skin needs to be pressed against another skin for several seconds. The same sigils were found drawn in blood at the crime scene. Would Henry have done these?
What mysteries are
Drawing
around
is
us?
an expression of the human mind. When you draw, you communicate something in your mind outwards. The demon has already found a way to express its emotion outwards by scorching Henry's body. The demon already has a canvas. It doesn't need another one. So why are those symbols at the scene?
The truth is all around
That's for you to find out, investigator. I'm only an expert on demons, not crime scenes.
Ah.
Could the demon make Henry draw
What
them?
mysteries
The demon
are
does not
around
control Henry. It causes him to act, but he chooses how to act. Do you see the difference? Like a boss that tells you what to do, not how to do it. Precisely. If Henry were to do that, he'd be doing it under his own volition. I don't know you, but I can't draw characters from a language I don't understand. It's a fair point. Almost certainly used to set Henry up. Tell me why Witness might want to kill the council.
What mysteries
Witness
are around
is
us?
damaged. He's whipped himself up into a religious craze. He started thinking things that shouldn't be thought about.
Nanny, the hell?
What things? He's become apocalyptic, fatalistic, convinced the end is upon us. How does a ghost know this? Before I died, he came to see me. He had questions about demons, and I was the exorcist, after all. He'd become fixated on the idea that a sea of demons could crash upon the island and wipe us out. A flood sent by the gods to wash away sin.
Sure.
What did he want to know from you?
Aren't you paying attention,
Are
investigator?
there signs to look for? Can we divine the star if a flood is coming? Harmless questions from someone who has the responsibility of overseeing the end of the islands. His role is to look for signs that an island is going to end and to make sure the death and birth happen properly.
Those are facts.
The innocuous questions
But are
came
they
first.
the truth?
Then he started asking about initiating a demonic invasion or using demons as weapons. Why ask about that? He dressed it up in pretense about the warning signs of the end of an island. I am not a fool, though. You don't ask those questions unless there is dark intent.
Ooh, the investigator.
What did
is
you
here.
tell him? How demons enter the islands, how possession works, all standard topics that everyone in the syndicate is educated on. So why was he asking? I think he was hoping for some nuance or detail that wasn't public knowledge. I didn't give anything away. There are forbidden secrets that the Exorcist guard.
Mine is repulsive.
Let me ask a direct question. Do you think Witness was trying to use demons to cleanse the island? That I can't say. He certainly was fixated on it, though. Did you see Yuri last night?
Mystery awaits.
He was in the gardens, investigator, but what if there was a gap? You shouldn't speak to Lydia. Did you experience a comms blackout last night as a ghost from the reality folding drive burst? It would be very convenient for that to happen last night, wouldn't it? I think whoever told you that is lying. What do you know about the second Holy Seal?
Do you understand?
The mystery of
investigator?
mysteries. What is it? What's the secret? A closely guarded secret. People have found the answer.
Sure.
Who? That's too easy.
I don't like this.
I'm a busy woman. You are, but the path is worth treading. I have seen things, people talking, things being discarded. You'll need to search behind contrivances. In your professional opinion, could the demon possessing Henry keep Henry alive in the depths of space? There haven't been any recorded incidents of it, but the universe is a vast and mysterious place. When a demon possesses a person, they fuse with them, sometimes purely physically, sometimes only physically. Henry's demon did both. It exerts a significant power over Henry. Enough power to allow his body to withstand a vacuum. Demons are not from our planet. They come from the most terrifying reaches of the cosmos. They are attuned to space in a way we can never be. Some demonic races exist only as psychic shadows. Some navigate the edges of black holes. Some bend cosmic energy into huge cities. The right demon could definitely hold a human body together while outside of our world. What about psychically feeling out and manipulating a lock on another planet? The second Holy Seal sounds thrilling, investigator. It varies from race to race, but most demons understand space far better than us. They understand that the cosmos isn't just physical. It exists as a psychic plane as well. Some demonic races can see the psychic shape of space. They can see the essence of everything and how it is linked on planes we can't comprehend.
The investigator is here.
What are the chances of the demon possessing Henry being one that can hold his body together in the vacuum of space and psychically perceive the inner workings of a secret lock?
Who would benefit from
What
a
is the
calm
chances
peace?
of the council being murdered and the exiled investigator being brought back? Slim, then. You need to decide what the truth is. Getting sick of your riddles here, last kiss. Do you know anything about the fourth Holy Seal? I know it requires godliness to get through.
That's weird.
How do you know that? As a spirit, I can go places others can't.
Sure.
How can someone get through it? Find out how to become close to a god. What about Henry?
What mysteries
What are
all
gods
around
and
us?
demons when you get down to it? Aliens, beings from the depths of the universe. How could the Syndicate differentiate between a demon and a god? What if that's the flaw in their plan? Could a demon get through the god seal? Could it? Tell me more about what happened. I received a call from our dear Grand Marshal. She had arrested someone that was possessed and needed an exorcism. I was meeting with Architect Carmelina at the time. A meeting about what? The next island, Perfect 25. One of her obsessions has been creating structures which repel demonic corruption. She asked to come with me to view the exorcism. Is that normal? No, but I understood her interest. We arrived and she inspected the scene before I started my exorcism. She left to wait outside of the apartment. Henry was secured and Akiko stepped out of the room to speak to Carmelina. I slipped into my meditative trance to perform the exorcism.
Aren't you paying attention?
Planes of
investigator?
existence swirled around me. I was lost in the maelstrom with no sense of place or direction.
Enjoy Perfect 25.
Then the life was
investigator.
being choked out of me. I have no idea who the attacker was or which direction they came from. I died, murdered. A short while later, I was floating above the island. I felt an all-consuming rage. I drifted towards the heavens, but my fury allowed me to claw my way back onto the island. Now, here I am.
Got it.
These islands, huh?
Mystery awaits.
More than you know. What do you know about KHX's disappearance? Another mystery for the great investigator. I don't know what happened to him, but he's still on the island somewhere. Did you see... He's dead, though. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night?
Those are facts, but are they the truth?
Did I just accidentally do her in French? Whoops. Speak to the Grand Marshal, investigator. See if you believe her. Did you see the architect last night?
Are you happy with your
Have
truth?
you asked the witness? Convenient she wasn't there, isn't it? Did you see Crimson last night? You should speak to her, the investigator. She doesn't have an alibi anyone can corroborate. Did you see the doctor last night?
Who would benefit from
His
a crime
clinic
like
holds
this?
a secret. Did you see Lydia and Sam last
The
night?
truth is
The logs
all
at the
around
Paradise
you,
Gates will
investigator.
confirm several things. Their alibis and their time frame. Consider the time frame, investigator. Did you see Witness to the End last
Are
night?
you happy with your
Witness and Carmelina spent the evening together. I wonder if that means anything. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years
truth?
ago?
Mystery awaits.
Was his possession when these wheels were set in motion? You should find out. What if someone set him up? What if this was part of the plan? What if someone needed to trigger the end of the island? What if someone accessed the grimoires in the library? So that's all pointing to Yuri? What do you know about the escape last
Do you
night?
understand?
Everyone is
investigator?
lying. What about the distance and time? Have you checked that? Did Henry go through the Syndicate HQ? It'd have been logged if he did. Do you know anything about the murder of the Marshal Guards outside of the Council
Mystery
building?
awaits.
The Council building is awash with evidence, investigator. Check everywhere. What secrets does the sea hold? What about reaching for the sky? Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? Who could get through
Are
there?
you happy
A
with your
special
truth?
luck requires an unusual key. Alright, so a lot of that was like hints to things that we had already found the answer to. But had we not, would have been good hints. Alright, let's hang out and then we'll look at what demonology will do for us. Got time to chat? I have all the time in the world until the island
Got
ends.
it.
I want to ask you about being deceived by a god. You're the expert in that, aren't you, investigator? You were our exorcist. You're the expert in all things astral. I want to know how it happens. The victim catches the attention of a god. The god begins to speak to them in their dreams. Why do you think you caught the attention of a god? I was the head of the Paradise Psycho Unit. A perfect target for the machinations of a god looking for power.
Dreadful.
Damned Harmony saw an opportunity with you. The key that would unlock the Syndicate. He wanted to kill us all and feed off the released psychic energy. The Immortal Syndicate have a lot of energy to give off. He might have resurrected. I almost let it happen. Ah, do not swim in this sea of guilt, investigator. Deception is subtle and insidious. You were a victim, criminalized by the narrow minds of others. You showed them their own weakness, and they were frightened. Stay out of the shadow of your past, investigator. Well, thank you, Glass Kiss. Now, what's this about demonology? Oh! Hello! Remember last time when I asked confusedly who could be an expert in demonology? What was Montserrat's plan with regards to demons?
What mystery?
Millennia
is around
ago,
us?
he would never have gone along with Carmelina's plan. He changed. He wanted control. All rulers do. The Syndicate wasn't receiving gods fast enough. We were struggling with the demons, a continual thorn in our sides. Carmelina's plan to block demonic corruption is flawed. The demons would be repelled from the island structures, but would still possess our cattle. They will scapegoat the citizens. He could come down fiercer on them. A nice move for an aspiring despot.
What the hell?
That isn't the Montserrat I remember. Immortality isn't a good thing. It warps the mind. He followed in the footsteps of Ezekiel. They went too far. The new island is born. you will have to live with it. I love having something to look forward to. How has Carmelina demon-proofed the island? Demons are gods. Demons and gods are just alien beings from different worlds. They enter our world through psychic pathways that bridge huge distances in the universe. Traveling along a pathway breaks down the demon's form. Their psychic image crosses space and gathers as solid matter when they arrive on the island. The marshals hunt down those demons and exterminate them. Soldiers have their uses, after all. When demons don't manage to assume a fully corporeal form, they soak into the physical structure of the island.
Got it.
And the island becomes corrupted.
Do you understand?
The rot sets
investigator?
in, and the island must end. Carmelina and Masahiro Heavy Industries developed a new technique that repels this corruption. Their plan is to charge the particles in our air, stopping demons from being able to latch on to the physicality of the island. The very concrete will repel the demons. Does that mean that Perfect 25 will be filled with demons floating around in the air? That's the dirty secret. Demons will still come to the island. They need somewhere to go. The next best thing to the island structure are the minds of citizens. Perfect 25 will be a hotbed of demonic possession. Human minds are malleable and porous. Unlike concrete, we have a certain amount of latent psychic ability. The structure of the island will be safe and permanent, but the citizens are the sacrifice being made to the pursuit of perfection. The marshals will be busy.
Who would benefit from
And
a
so will
crime
you,
like this?
if you get to reform the Paradise Psycho unit.
The investigator
That's
is
not
here.
my priority. It will be. How is a god's deception different to the illegal communication that allows demons onto the island? Do you believe a human has the same ability to speak across the vast and infinite cosmos as a god? We are amateurs at opening the psychic pathways. The pathways are weak and easy to breach. The gods can speak across the universe without attracting the being demonic hordes.
What mysteries
The victim's
are
dreams are
around us?
filled with visions of the gods. They become the gods' thrall, executing their will for promises of power. The victim doesn't realize it has happened. It is subtle, insidious.
Sorry,
That's how it was with me.
investigator.
The syndicate hasn't worked out how to deal with god deception yet. The actions you take at the behest of a god are criminal, but you're a victim of the god. I hope that answered your question.
I'm glad to be back.
It did. Thank you. Alright, so that's all for demonology, and that's all for... Alright. May you always live in the shadow, and may you reach the moon. Well, well, well. Okay. I was not expecting to get an entirely new suspect out of all that, but we have certainly made some important progress there. Whoops, that's not the one I want. I want this one. See if we took out some other ones here and got some other ones together as well. Yeah, we got some people to talk to then. Alright. Carmelina takes... What happened to him? Okay. Maybe we could take a look around Carmelina's stuff. It's also possible it's in that lab in the dead zone, now that we know that. Alright, well, we'll probably make another round then for realsies next time. We've got some new things to talk to people about, and obviously some hang sessions to do. We're gonna have to come back to Last Kiss a lot to make up for all the time we've missed in terms of hanging out. But until then, this has been Downstage Gaming. I have been your host, Josh, and I will catch you all next time.